New Gen Gamers.
Goombas! Alright.
I'm gonna say Octorocks.
Alright, Octorocks, Goombas.
Skulls.
Look at this. We are so... Anyhow. We've been fed Nintendo for so long. We are totally the Nintendo generation.
Well, once Nintendo came along, that was the next big revolution. Any gusto that Coleco was trying to build here was totally washed away, and no one remembered the Coleco after the NES came out.
But what can you do? So let's move on to our next game.
We're gonna put Squish'em Sam down, and
thank you for speaking to us, Squish'em Sam. Thank you. And we're gonna check out one of the titles that seem to be an arcade classic. ColecoVision presents Exidy's Mousetrap, trademarked. So one of the interesting things about this game is a lot of the games came with overlays, but we're actually using an overlay right now. So I'm excited to see how this works out. And Ray will be playing this game. Oh, wonder what that looks like.
And we talk about clones of popular designs. This is obviously a take on the ultra-popular Pac-Man.
Oh, I thought it was Joyce. Jost.
What?
I'm just messing with but yeah, definitely. This is definitely a Pac-Man clone. As we see, we got our mouse and we've got our cats. It's no Boom Boom Rocket, ladies and gentlemen, but it'll do.
And you saw there, Ray flipped the switch.
Ooh.
So you've got to try and capture the mice rather than have them catch you. So they call it Mousetrap, but you're the mouse and you don't want to be captured. So really, Mousetrap is the thing you don't want to happen.
Look at this. This is some intense action right here. Get that cheese. Oh,
we see another game that controls well. You can see how quickly and easily he's moving in those small little areas. Really, you know, the controller, we talked about how it's not very comfortable for long periods of playtime, but for those periods of playtime that you have, it's a lot of fun. And now he has turned the table.
Oh, he has turned the table.
He has transformed into a dog somehow, and
that's a natural evolution. With
yes,
the dog button, that's natural evolution of a mouse.
This is one of the few games to feature a dog button on the overlay. There's a picture of a dog.
I think more games should have a dog button personally, but I don't think my wishes will be met.
We've never seen enough games where you get to play as a dog or switch from mouse to dog, I don't think.
So as we begin to wind down our console wars of the past, our look at the Coleco, I want to talk a little bit more about the failed Model 3 that came out. So the Atom,
Module 3.
Module 3, thank you. I keep saying model for some reason. Module 3.
Because there was only one model of the system.
Everything else was just add-ons that came along. But the Atom ended up being really the death knell before the video game crash. But like I went through the story of how they showed off Donkey Kong, how they, you know, eventually it was too much and also at the wrong time, you know. It would be interesting to see what would happen if we hadn't went through the crash, but sadly we did.
And everyone tried this. Atari was trying their own computers. Texas Instruments was out there. Apple was out there.
And you have to look also at the price. You know, when it becomes a home computer system, people just amp up that price. You know, a lot of money went into the production of it, and when it came out, it was $399. We could almost say even $400 if you throw on the extra penny.
Just for the module. That
yeah.
On top of the cost of your Coleco, although you could buy the Atom as a standalone computer, and it would also play the Coleco game, so you could get this hardware and play all the same games in two different formats.
Mm-hmm. And this is in the summer of '83. This is released.
But this never worked. These game companies thought they could bring the computer experience to the video game system, and no one's ever been able to successfully do that. We've seen a lot of different ways that this has been attempted, and it's just time and again that it's two different experiences. No one wants to play a game, an arcade game on their TV and then hop over into some accounting software. It hasn't happened yet, and nowadays is probably closer than we've ever seen the video game systems and computers come together, but still they're very distinct.
And 20-something years later, we're still saying we're kind of iffy. We don't say, yeah, it's happening. We're iffy on that subject. So back during the 80s, when it just wasn't working, it wasn't clicking. So we have to look at the fact that Coleco is hemorrhaging money, millions and millions of dollars, $80 million on this investment. Now, what's interesting is at the same time, Coleco has gotten into a bit of the toy business. They're selling the Cabbage Patch Kids, and we all remember that, the classic 80s. And the Cabbage Patch Kids, and also the offshoot, the Trash Pail, whatever it was.
I don't think they were actually affiliated with them.
But still,
the Garbage Pail Kids.
Yeah, but still, that's some creepy stuff.
Check out that movie.
Check out that movie. Check out the trailer, if you will, if you can't find the movie. That is some nightmarish stuff.
Yeah,
and
those
also,
things are freaky.
Coleco is also dealing with Elf, the classic 80s character, the wisecracking Gordon Shumway from the Planet Melmac, and they're selling these, but at the same time, they can't even out. So eventually, they do go bankrupt, and they lose both of these.
I have to wonder if Old Man Greenberg wasn't rolling in his grave, or if he was still alive at this point, with what his son had done, because you go from a leather-making company, which is a very decided type of industry, to all of a sudden being involved in all sorts of entertainment and amusement. Really just changed how the company was run and what their focus was.
Absolutely. But what can you do? Everything changes with times.
Absolutely. This was what was hot at the time. People weren't so much interested in leather anymore as they were electronic video games, and kids' toys became such a pop culture thing, and
still are to this day in a lot of senses. The Coleco has been mentioned on a lot of TV shows, from South Park, Family Guy, which is hard to put them in the same category because of their own rivalry in a sense. But it is, the people who grew up in the 80s still adore the nostalgia of these systems, as we do most of the systems of the day. Not so much the 5200, but other ones.
And honestly, the Coleco name carries on to this day. They still release different entertainment things. I'm not sure who owns it now, and they've never really pushed for a re-release of the Coleco games, again, because there really weren't that many great original games to kind of put compilations together and stuff that they would have the rights to. But we still see plug-and-play devices. We found some weird, lame slumber party game that Coleco makes.
River West Band owns the rights now.
Okay, so
throw that out there.
So the Coleco name still exists in the entertainment industry. So
we gotta hit that little slumber party thing. I do a little bit of shopping for New Gen Gamers, and I happened upon a very interesting looking controller. It was like very.
It looked like something out of a spaceship.
It really did. It looked like it fell right out of the Area 51 spaceship that fell down. It was gray. It had ridges.
It had a weird thing.
It had a blue
globe on top. Like
alien-ish.
It should light up.
Well, so I find this device, and at the same time I'm thinking this is going to be great. I don't know how it works, but I'm sure through the magic of Coleco, this will hook up to the TV, and we will have ColecoVision yet again. So we get this back to New Gen Gamers headquarters, and we're checking around the interwebs, and we end up finding out this really cool gray space alien type device goes along with a DVD, a Slumber Party Girl DVD. And I believe it or not, the packaging, when we found it on the internet, it's pink and everything. You have this gray remote though,
with two little girls on the side enjoying
their time. And what's going on? Was this made for something else to begin with? But a total misdirection. If I was a teen girl, and I saw that, I'd say, "Is that your brother's?" What?
Hi, hon.
Davy's report card.
It's worse than last time.
He's just not interested. His friend Billy made the honor roll.
He's no smarter than Davy.
But he had help. Joe and Peg got him an Atom.
Atom is the only affordable home computer that comes complete. And Atom offers a variety of educational software that takes minutes to learn. Kids get so involved that learning becomes easier and more fun.
We're getting you an Atom.
Really?
Really.
Atom, the smartest gift you can give your family.
New Gen Gamers.com.